Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah, ma ba'd. Brothers, we talked about initiation. So initiation is when we start a discussion with someone. So the first thing you do is acknowledge, establish a relationship, lift the barrier from the middle. Then you tell the person that give me some time to explain the rational basis for my faith. Let me explain why I believe in Islam, and once I do that, your questions will be answered. So can you give me 1 or 2 minutes? And the person will say, in most cases, okay, go ahead, you have time. And then you start explaining. So you've done your initiation. So I want 2 of you now to stand up very quickly and do initiation. Sheikh, can you stand up, please? Please. Yes, Sheikh, you please stand up. So one of you is basically Muslim and the other one is A'udhu Billah. Yeah. So you work together, and then the non-Muslim will ask the Muslim a question, and then you have to do the initiation thing. Okay? Smile, shake hand, introduce yourself, okay? Then ask for time to explain the rational basis of Islam. So who's going to ask the question? Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
He's from Egypt, he's Coptic. So the Egyptian, Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Okay. Let's not ask you a question. With regard to the Manchester bombing and what happened in there, how can you explain it? For a young person just go into a hole and just bomb and kill some innocent children.
Right. First of all, my name is Ashab. You know me really well before that. I just want to explain to you a few things about the whole religion before we start about these questions. If you have just 2 minutes with me, I'll explain to you why all these questions have been right and what's the correct answer for that. Would you have a time?
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
Okay, good, great, done. That's it. Simple. Literally 10 seconds. It takes 10 seconds, but it goes a long way because you have lifted the barrier. So you have left no, formality between you and the person you're talking to. So you have made the person very comfortable with you. The person is already now under the impression that you are a reasonable person. You can, you're someone he can talk to, right? Because sometimes the non-Muslims are very scared of Muslims. You know, sometimes they don't want to ask questions. They think Muslims are very serious people, and they get offended very quickly. And they even, wallahi, I'm telling you, this is not a joke. You think this is a joke? Some of them, the non-Muslims, I wouldn't hesitate to say that the majority think that Muslims are not a reasonable people. You can't reason with them. You can't talk to them. They are violent. They get violent when you ask them questions. This is what people think because the media has made them think like this. You know, years of bombardment. Since 2001. Since 2001, after September the 11th. How many years has it been? SubhanAllah, 16 years. It's a generation. For a generation, the media has been, doing anti-Islam propaganda. So what do you expect? People will have some effect, right? You know, when a lie is repeated often, it becomes the truth. People start to think it's the truth. Okay? So initiation is very important. So we've done the practice. Now after you have established initiation, there is one point you need to come to terms with. You ask the person is now ready, you've done the procedure. Can I have 1 or 2 minutes of your time? And the person has already agreed. You have reached that stage where the person has agreed. Now you say, firstly, do you agree that we should use common sense, logic and our reason to form conclusions in life? So the person who is talking to you will agree, yes, of course, we have to use common sense, our logic, our aql to reach conclusions. Okay? Even to understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you need aql. Yes? Even to understand Allah's reality. So, to form conclusions in our life. Okay? For example, you give example. For example, 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay? We both know sky is blue because we can see it is blue. It's common sense, right? So you give examples like that. Or crossing the road, man in the red underpants, for example. If someone turned up at your door at night, 12 o'clock at night, and the person was wearing red underpants, for example, and he rang the bell and you asked, who is this? The person will say, I'm the gas man. I've come to check your meter. What does common sense tell you? What does common sense tell you?
Shouldn't be at night.
He's not the gas man. Yeah? Right? And he may well be a thief or someone else, right? Because 12 o'clock in the morning, someone who comes and tells you, I'm the gas man, I've come to check your meter, right? What do? What do? You call them, you call the police, okay? You don't pick up your baseball bat or anything. You call the police, because it's common sense, right? There's someone at the door and it's dodgy. Someone who's drunk or someone maybe there's a problem, right? So common sense, right? Do you agree with that? You get the person to agree with you. So the person says, yes, I agree. Common sense is something we can use to reach conclusions, right? You already got the person to agree. So initiation is done, common sense is done, right? So we go straight to GORAP. Now let's GORAP, let's start. God's existence, number 1. So you have already agreed with the person has given you 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, okay, of your time. Basically, the point is you want to get the person to agree that the person is actually listening to you. Whether it's 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 or 5 minutes, doesn't matter. Because once you start talking, the person is not going to leave you. Okay? Unless some emergency happened or something like that. Okay? So under normal circumstances, the person will listen to you. God's existence. So now you're telling the person that before we answer your questions, understand that we believe in God. Now you're giving da'wah ilallah. You are doing your obligation. This is now crux of the matter. The person came to you asking about the age of Aisha, hudud, hijab, violence in Islam, and other questions. Yes? You said, hold on a second, hold on a second. Yes, these are good questions. These are very important questions, interesting questions. I would ask the same questions. But let me explain something to you first. That why we believe in what we believe in. Once I explain, you will have better answers to these questions. So, can you give me 1 or 2 minutes? Yes. So, do you agree that common sense is the basis to form conclusions? Yes, I agree. Okay. For example, 1 plus equals 2, right? It's common sense, right? Sky is blue, right? Okay. So, let me explain that we believe in a God. We believe in God, the Creator. That's your beginning of da'wah. Okay, how long does it take to do this procedure? You've spent less than a minute or 2 to get to this stage. Now you have hit the crux of the matter. You are now going into giving da'wah to the person. And you know why we believe in God? You know why we believe in God? You ask the person. And the person will ask you why. Prove God's existence to me. I don't believe in God. The person is non-Muslim. I don't believe in God. In some cases, there are atheists. Others, if a Christian believes, if you're talking to a Christian, then you can skip this stage. Okay? You can go straight to oneness. Right? To prove to the person that God is only one. Okay? If you're speaking to a Christian, someone who already believes in God, you skip this stage. Right? If you're speaking to an atheist, then you start with this stage. But I strongly recommend that you cover this stage even with Muslims. Even with Muslims, wallahi, because even Muslims, they don't understand this. You will see. When we go through this, you will see, inshallah. Even Muslims have problems. Because I use this approach with Muslims in Pakistan. Some people came to me with doubt about Islam. They're praying. We have questions. And I use the simple approach with them. They said, Amantu billahi wal malaikati wa kutubihi wa rusulihi. They started to believe. Because once it was explained to them step by step as to why we believe. Because they were born into a Muslim community, in the society. No one rationally explained to them why Allah exists. So we will give reasons now. Okay? So now you're talking to this non-Muslim and you're telling the non-Muslim why you believe in Allah. Using our common sense and logic and reason, there are two compelling reasons for us to believe in a creator. Two compelling reasons. Very strong, powerful reasons now. Now you got the attention of the person. The person is hold on, okay? They believe in a creator. So what are the reasons? So, signs of a creator. The creation of the universe. Number one. Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah rahmatullah alayhi said Allah has revealed two books. Allah has revealed two books. One is the text, the naql. Yes? Allah has revealed Quran, for example, right? The other book is the universe, which is another book. When you read it, it leads you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It leads you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Quran itself directs you to looking at the universe. So number one. Number two, order in the universe. Order. You know what order is? Systematic movement, systematic structure, right? It is not something random or something which is, how can I put it, unorganized, yeah, chaotic. It is not chaotic, it is ordered, right? Now we will go into the details. Now we're using common sense now with this person, yeah? You're telling the person, I believe in God, okay? So you've done the initiation and the common sense thing. Now you say, I believe in God. And let me explain how. And you want to do this quickly, by the way. You don't want to go into too many details quickly. I believe in God, and let me tell you why I believe in God. There are two main reasons, right? Looking at the universe, how vast it is, how big it is, and we know it is not eternal. It is not eternal. It started to, it had a beginning. It started at one point, okay? We believe it is the creator who started, okay? Second, there is order in the universe. There is calculation, there's mathematics, there's system in the universe. It's not chaotic, okay? So the person is not listening, okay? So, two conclusions. Very simple. Wallahi, very, very simple and very powerful, okay? Two conclusions. When we look at the universe and the order in it, and you can use the Quranic verses as we will in due course, the details are coming. At the moment you're just only getting a map, okay, of argumentation, how you're going to argue your case, right? And this is directly Quranic. You think this is made up? We made these up, we are a bunch of philosophers? No, this is Quranic, and you will see how it's Quranic. Two conclusions you reach by looking at the universe and order in it, what we call fine-tuning and design in the universe, yeah? Two conclusions. The one who made it is very, very, very powerful. We will see why. And very, very intelligent. Okay? Very, very intelligent. So, we have these reasons to believe in a creator. We'll go to the next stage. Our reasons why we believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is powerful and intelligent. Look at the universe. Creation of the universe. How did the universe come about? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah 52 of the Quran, in verse number 35 and 36, what does Allah say? Or were they created by nothing? Allah is asking the question. Am khuliqu min ghayri shay'in. Yes, you know the verse? Yeah? And what? Am humul khaliqun. Were they created from nothing? Or are they the creators? Or were they the creators of themselves? Or did they create the heavens and the earth? Rather, they are not certain. Subhanallah. They lack belief. The ones who doubt, they have to answer the question. Allah is asking in the Quran, the ones who doubt, they have to answer the question. Who created them? Or are they the creators? There are three options in the universe. We know the universe began to exist, right? Yes? Okay? Three options, as we will see in due course, inshallah. Let's go by the chart. The universe had a beginning. Expansion of the universe, the Big Bang. If you use the scientific theories as well, scientists are almost unanimous, physicists, that universe had a beginning. Because it is like this. Is the universe at one point, it is like this. Okay? This is all the galaxies inside the universe. All the galaxies. So the scientists, they know, because Allah says in the Quran as well, that we are the creators and we are the expander of the universe. So it is expanding. Continuously, it is expanding. It's receding. It's growing in size by the day. When they look in the telescopes, the astrophysicists come to realize. So when they reverse the process, the expansion has to begin at one point. There was a beginning point, right? It is common sense. You're not making things up here. If it's expanding, then there is a beginning point. It began to exist. It began to exist. How did the universe come to exist? Three options. Look at those three options, which Allah has partly pointed out in the Quran. Did it come from nothing? Number one option. Number one option. Did it come from nothing? Am khuliqu min ghayri shay'in. Did you guys or everything come from nothing? Can nothing come from nothing? Can something come from nothing? Simple, common sense. You're using common. Can something come from nothing? Does it make sense? If I give you this now, stretch your hand and take it. Have I given you something? Nothing. There's nothing. I didn't give you anything. So can you say that I gave you something? No, because there was nothing in my hand. So nothing can produce nothing. Okay? Something cannot come from nothing. So Allah is making this point in the Quran. Am khuliqu min ghayri shay'in. Or did it create itself? Am humul khaliqun. Or did you guys create yourselves? Did you give birth to yourselves? Can a mother give birth to herself? Can a mother give birth to herself? Answer the question. It's logically impossible. Two logical impossibilities. Allah is giving these all. So this is Quran, by the way. Yeah? This is very clear. Number one, it is impossible for something to come from nothing. Logical impossibility. Doesn't happen. Right? Number two, you cannot create yourself. Logical impossibility. It is logically impossible. Third option, or does it have a creator?
Yes.
Is there a fourth option? Can you give me a fourth option? Anyone? Do you have a fourth option? Doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. There's only one option left. It was created. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بديع السماوات والأرض بديع السماوات والأرض وإذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن فيكون. Allah says to it be, and it becomes. And look at the wording of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Badi'. Allah could have said خالق السماوات والأرض, which Allah says in other places, right? Here the words are very specific. Badi'. Badi' means initiator, starter, beginner. He is the one who began the process of creation. Badi' السماوات والأرض. Allah is the one who started the universe. What is as-samawat wal-ard? The universe. Okay? Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala separate earth from samawat? Because this is where we are. Our life is on the planet earth. Right? So Allah says, whatever is out there is for you to see. Even though it's so huge, it is so big, it is for you to see. So all of this now is making sense to the person you're talking to. Remain focused at all time. You are now waking the person up. There are doors opening in his or her brain. You know, one after another, the doors are opening. The doors are opening. Allahu Akbar. Hold on a second. Because they never thought like this. They never used their brain like that. They never had this perspective on life. Or they never looked at the universe like that. They never thought like that. You're making them now think. So, what does this show? Creator is powerful, has the ability to put the universe into existence. Why is he powerful? What are we talking about? Why is he powerful? Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? How big is the universe? Does anyone know? Do you have any idea? Huh? How many galaxies are there in the universe? Sorry? Billions. Billions, you don't know. Number one. Number two, our solar system, of which the planet Earth is a tiny part, is in our galaxy. Right? Try to understand now. Try to understand the creator we're talking about. This is now you're explaining the process to the person you're talking to. Okay? Our solar system is in our galaxy, and within our galaxy there are planets that are far bigger than the sun. Far bigger than the sun. How far is the sun? How far is the sun from planet Earth? Sorry? 93 million miles away. 93 million miles away. Okay, how far is London from here?
121.
If I was to put you on the tallest tower in Norwich, would you be able to see London with a naked eye?
No.
You would never be able to see London with a naked eye. You can't. Your eyesight doesn't work. It doesn't go that far. Yes? Can you see the sun? Yes? It's 93 million miles away and you can see it. London is 110 miles away and you can't see it. Why? What does that tell you about the sun? It is humongous. It is a giant star. It is a giant planet. But let me tell you something. In our galaxy, there are bigger stars than the sun. And even those stars are relatively small in comparison to other stars in this galaxy. So there's a star called Red Giant. Red Giant is such a big star that it would take a jet 747 flying at the speed of 1100 kilometers an hour. How much? 1100 kilometers an hour for 1100 years. This jet has to fly for 1100 years at the speed of 900 kilometers an hour. 900 kilometers an hour. It would take 1100 years for this jet to complete a circle around this planet called Red Giant. And the sun is like a dot in front of it. And it is in our galaxy. The sun is like a dot in front of it, like this. I mean, even this is big. Okay? For a jet to fly around this planet, it would take 1100 years at the speed of 950 km an hour. Okay? And the sun is like that, and the planet Earth, you can't even see it when you do a comparison between these two. Okay? Right? Okay? It's not even a dot. Planet Earth is not even a dot like that. See that? It's smaller than that in comparison. There are bigger planets than this Red Giant in our galaxy. Forget about billions of other galaxies in the universe. So Allah is telling us, Badi'u samawati wal ard, wa idha qada amran fa innama yaqulu lahu kun fayakun. He is the one who made all of this. So when Allah tells us He is Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar, what does that mean to you? Al-Aziz, the powerful, what does that mean to you? Now, what is this? The sun. What did I tell you about it? It's a small planet in comparison to the Red Giant. The sun is continuously burning. Yes? Right? It's continuously burning every single day. It doesn't go off. It has been burning for the past millions of years. Right? When it burns, it has explosions on the surface. When you look at the sun in a telescope, you will see fire burning continuously on the surface of the sun. These are explosions taking place on the surface of the sun. You just see the fire burning, but these are giant explosions. One of those flares, when the explosion takes place, it emits flares. Flares, when the fire burns, you see the flares, yeah? One of those flares, according to astrophysicists, even though the sun is like that, in comparison to this, yeah, one of those flares is equivalent to 200 billion. How many? 200 billion atomic bombs. One of those. Can you imagine this energy on a small planet in your galaxy? And this is a planet which has your life based upon in it, in the solar system. One of those flares is equivalent to 200 billion atomic bombs. Energy your human brains cannot imagine. Right? So the one who created this and this and this and this and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Who do you think that person is? Powerful. This is one conclusion. The one who made all of this is immensely powerful. The point made. The point has already hit home. The person will say, yes. Whoever made this is very, very powerful. Now coming to the next point. He is not only powerful, he is very, very powerfully intelligent. Okay? Indeed, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the alternation of the night and the day, are signs for those of understanding. Inna fi khalqi samawati wal ard waqtilafi al-layli wal nahar la'ayatin li'ulil albab. In the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the changing of the night and the day, there are signs for those changing the night and the day. Planet Earth is there. So the sun, yes? Sorry, the Earth is going around because the universe, the solar system is heliocentric. The sun is in the middle, yeah. Yeah. So the Earth is going around and Earth is spinning in its own axis. Yes, even though it's going around, it is spinning in its own axis. So وَاخْتِلَافِ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ, the changing of the night and the day. The ayatin li'ulil albab. Okay, there are signs for those who contemplate. Allahu Akbar. Those who look closely, they will see there are signs of a grand design, mathematic formation. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called in the Quran, Ash-Shamsu wal-Qamaru bi-Husban. The moon and the sun have been placed according to a calculated system. Right? This is the Quran. Right? Isaac Newton in the 17th century, when he looked at the universe, the solar system, he came to the conclusion that this has been made by a master mathematician. It was his science that led him to believe in God, not his theology. He actually didn't believe in the Trinity, by the way. Isaac Newton did not believe in the Trinity. He abandoned the belief in Trinity. He remained Christian. He remained Christian for one reason, because Islam was not available as an option to him. He didn't know about Islam. He knew about Islam, but the form he knew it in was distorted. Okay? So he became a Unitarian Christian, someone who is Mawahid, someone who believes in Allah as one creator, and because he came to the conclusion that there has to be one. There has to be one behind it. It cannot be two or three. It cannot be two or three. So we learn from this that there is design, calculation, systematic calculation. What does that imply? What does that imply? Intelligence. Power plus intelligence. So Allah is not only powerful, He is immensely intelligent, wise, what we call Al-Aziz, Al-Hakim. Allah is not only powerful, He is also Al-Hakim. How do we know this? By looking at the creation of the universe. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us signs, right? Anything that is ordered indicates intelligence. So is it making sense to you so far?
Yeah.
Do you all agree with it? Or is it, because believe me, when you apply this to Muslims, they get shaken. Forget about the non-Muslims, right? So the non-Muslim who is being exposed to this for the first time, even, I have used this against these simple arguments against vicious atheists. Atheists who are well-versed in, I had a very good discussion recently in Speaker's Corner with an atheist. I asked him these simple questions. Okay, he says there's no evidence for God. I asked him,